Good morning and welcome to our ribbon cutting and open house for the new Montessori Public School of Arlington. This is an exciting milestone for our school as we welcome our leadership, school board members, families, and community members, we forgot to say students, to commemorate the opening of our school, the first and only standalone Montessori school in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Thank you all for sharing in this special occasion with us today as we officially celebrate our first year and new chapter for Montessori in our new home here on South Highland Street. As the principal of the school, I am so excited to share this building with the approximately 500 students who will join us on September 3rd as our first students enter our new school. For those of you who might not be familiar with our model, Montessori students learn the same kinds of things as children in traditional classes, but learning occurs through self-paced, hands-on activities rather than teacher-directed lessons and follow-up seat work. The primary goal of Montessori classes is to help children learn concentration, motivation, self-discipline, and a love of learning. Rather than providing direct instruction, Montessori teachers guide our children to exciting moments of discovery and work to create a non-competitive learning community in which children spontaneously share their knowledge with each other. We have many acknowledgments to make today because getting here has involved the support and commitment of many. But before we get to that, I especially want to thank our incredible, hard-working custodial team, APS facilities and staff, the contractors that made it possible, including the Matthews Group and FH Passion. They have all helped tailor our school facility and get our school ready and tailor it to meet the needs of our students. The numerous modifications, replacements, and new features added to the school over the summer will allow our students to learn and thrive in a safe, healthy, and supportive learning environment. In addition, I'd also like to thank Mr. Patrick Kerwin, one of our parents, for the beautiful mural butterflies he painted on our sign, and a beautiful mural in the teacher's lounge. Pentagon MMA for numerous gifts for our teacher's lounge, and also Green Street Gardens for the plants they provided for our pots. Now I would like to turn the program over to our superintendent, Dr. Patrick Murphy, who has been an incredible advocate and supporter of Montessori throughout his tenure with APS.
Well, good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here. This is a very exciting day, and I'm going to reminisce a little bit. I've got some wonderful prepared marks, and I'll refer to them, but I'm also going to reminisce a little bit about these types of ceremonies and also just the tenure. We good, Dwayne? Yes. All right. The tenure that I have spent here in Arlington, and actually when I first came on board, I was brought to a ribbon cutting ceremony and had no background or context, and they put you right in front of the audience and you were go. Here today, the context and the background is significant. I can remember when I was appointed in April of 2009, and shortly after that, I got a call from the folks at AMAC who wanted to meet with me immediately and talk about Montessori. And Rob Smith in those days advised me to wait until July 1, and I think that was good advice. But the passion that was brought, I have often referred to that passion as a tidal wave. And by the way, we revisited that just recently. That's a positive thing. Tidal waves are good things because what they say is you are goal-oriented, you know where you want to be, and regardless of whatever path that takes you, you have the passion and the drive and the determination to get there. And I believe that's what today reflects over the 48-year history of Montessori here in Arlington. So give yourselves a big hand and congratulations from me. I want to say also thank you to Principal Genove, the entire staff. Those T-shirts look wonderful. I'm anticipating I will receive one. And I think what has happened has been outstanding. I, too, want to recognize Mr. John Chadwick. John, would you please step forward? I know the facilities team has been instrumental in getting this all pulled together, and we appreciate that. John has not only had this project going on, he's got several others that are going on simultaneously. If you've been following us here in Arlington, we have 5 significant projects that are in various stages, and he's been able to move all of those along, and his team. So thank you very, very much for that. There are several other individuals that I would like to recognize and that you're going to hear from very shortly. First, our chair of the school board, Ms. Tannia Talento, will be sharing her remarks. Second, someone that is very familiar to the Montessori families, Monique, Tidal Wave Grady. We also have another member of our school board here, Mr. Reed Goldstein. Reed, I see there in the back. We have members of our community here, Delegate Patrick Hope, Delegate Hope. We have members of our county board here, Honorable Matt DeFerente. Matt, thank you. I know we were going to have some other folks from our community joining us, and as they arrive, we will recognize them as well. I think this long-term commitment really speaks to our passion about providing multiple pathways for students to achieve and be successful, and that is reflected in our strategic plan for the next 6 years. The growth of Montessori as an option for our elementary schools is just one example of that vision coming to fruition, and it has a long history, as I mentioned, here in Arlington. So congratulations to all of you. We are very, very excited that this is happening today and glad that we were able to celebrate on such a cool morning. I'm going to turn it over here to our school board chair. I too want to recognize our interim superintendent, soon-to-be superintendent in the background there, Ms. Cynthia Johnson. Ms. Cynthia Johnson, thank you for being here as well this morning. So Ms. Talento, I'll turn it over to you. Thank you all very, very much.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Murphy. Good morning. I'm Tannia Talento, Chair of the School Board. And on behalf of our Vice Chair, Monique O'Grady, and members Reed Goldstein, Barbara Cannonen, and Nancy Van Doren, I would like to extend our congratulations to everyone here today. It is your hard work, passion, and commitment that has gotten us to this point. What a beautiful day for a ribbon-cutting ceremony. We could not have asked for anything better. So please, before I follow through with the remainder of my remarks, please give yourselves a round of applause. It is amazing to be here. Today, we celebrate our commitment to providing students an exemplary education that is academically challenging and meets their social and emotional needs. Montessori provides an environment where students are encouraged to think critically, work together while fostering independence, carrying out the mission of APS. My board colleagues and I take great pride in our ardent work to focus on the instruction and well-being of our students and the welcoming environments that we provide. And Montessori is an example of that. Therefore, it is an honor to stand before you today to officially open the first Montessori public school of Arlington. This is so exciting. We want to thank each one of you for your great work in this project. No project planning is smooth, but you persevered. The building will serve as a second home to our students, and it will bring success to APS and the Arlington community. I especially thank the Montessori community, the Montessori students and families. You have advocated and made all the efforts to get us here today. Today is the beginning of your new beginning, and we are very proud to be celebrating with you. Now, I would like to introduce a very special person, Madison McBeth. She is a 5th grader here. Madison's name, I thought she was a 5th grader, and that's what my remarks said. But I have been known to guess people to be much older. and it must be her maturity level, because she is amazing. And you might recognize her name because she won the Martin Luther King Jr. Literacy and Visual Arts Contest last year. And not only did she win here in Arlington, she also received the first place in the region and state for the PTA Reflections Contest. So Madison, who is a third grader, we know you're headed for great things, and we'd like to welcome you up here to have and share your wonderful remarks with us. Thank you, and congratulations again.
Shout out to Montessori Public School of Arlington. Going back to school. I'm gonna take my brain, gonna go to school, gonna learn till I can't no more. Gonna take my brain, gonna go to school, gonna learn till I can't no more. Crayons, pencils in the bag with a composition book, riding on a school bus, waiting to arrive at school. Gonna take my brain, gonna go to school, gonna learn till I can't no more. Gonna take my brain, gonna go to school, gonna learn till I can't no more. Sitting at my desk, working my very best. Gonna say when I stay, ain't no time for rest. Going to a new school, along with some new rules. Oh, and if they're fifth grade, I am so excited. Gonna take my brain, gonna go to school, gonna learn till I can't no more. Gonna take my brain, gonna go to school, gonna learn till I can't no more. Teacher's gotta teach me something. Teacher's gotta teach me something. Take it to my brain, all the way to school. Gonna learn till I can't no more.
That was amazing. Thank you so much. And I'm going to introduce Katie Brown. She's the Director of Professional Learning for the National Center for Montessori in the Public Sector. And she has supported our professional development so much over the years. So we're really excited that she could make it.
Thank you, Kathy. The National Center for Montessori in the Public Sector is the only national nonprofit dedicated to serving the currently, as of today, 502 public Montessori programs across the country. And of those 502 public Montessori programs, about 300 of them have opened in the last 10 to 15 years or so. So for many of the schools that we work with, they are just getting started and they are working to get their name out in their communities and struggling with growing pains, and those are the sorts of things we tend to work with them on. But that's not the story here. This is a school community that is so well established and that really knows who they are and what they are doing. So it's been such a pleasure to work with Kathy and her staff over the last few years. So across the country, we are seeing increasing demand for the holistic and child-centered approach that public Montessori programs offer. And programs like the Montessori Public School of Arlington have really been leading the way in the public Montessori movement for over 40 years now in bringing Montessori from the margins of education really into the mainstream. So this school, to me, represents what's possible for public Montessori, the magic that happens when adults are fully committed to preparing the environment for human flourishing for children. So congratulations to this community. This building represents your commitment to nurturing and unleashing human potential for another 40 years or more to come. Thank you. And with that, I'd like to introduce Monique O'Grady, the Vice Chair of the Arlington School Board.
All right, people. Thank you, Katie, and thank you to the National Center for Montessori in the Public Sector. We're here because of your support as well, your guidance, your research, and all of the information you shared with us to help make us a very amazing Montessori school. Today, we are celebrating a dream. A dream I hope Maria Montessori, one of Italy's first female doctors, would be very proud of. This is not just an important milestone for Arlington, it is also a big accomplishment for the state. The Montessori Public School of Arlington is the first public standalone Montessori school in Virginia. But wait, this is not the first time that we have broken new ground. Arlington is also one of the first public Montessori programs in the entire country. Similar to the life cycle of the butterflies that now adorn our school sign, there has been a metamorphosis. We have transformed from a small preschool program at one school almost a half-century ago to a public Montessori program that serves more than 800 students from preschool through 8th grade at 8 different schools here in Arlington. Today, with the launch of the Montessori Public School of Arlington, I hope other public school systems in Virginia will be inspired to teach our state curriculum through this hands-on, child-centered learning approach. In fact, Delegate Patrick Hope, who's with us here today, championed legislation in the last legislative session in Richmond to help smooth the way for more Montessori teachers to be able to teach in Virginia public school Montessori classrooms. It's now up to the state licensure board to make a Virginia State Montessori teaching license a reality, as at least 8 other states across the country have already done. Maria Montessori once said, "Imagination does not become great until human beings, given the courage and strength, use it to create." Today's ribbon cutting is the result of the courage and strength of many who had the imagination to believe that one day Arlington Public Schools could and should create a standalone public Montessori school. There are many people to thank here today, including APS leadership, the Montessori staff and teachers, and parent activists like Carla Hagan, who joined me 11 years ago to create the Arlington Montessori Action Committee, AMAC, which championed the growth of Montessori in Arlington. Carla, wave. Thank you. Along with Carla, other AMAC presidents, including Kathleen Traynor, who's sitting here as well, Eric Harold, Margaret Eldridge, and Andy Greenwood have helped lead important Montessori activism to get us here today. In fact, if you have worked with AMAC or the PTA, I'm going to ask you to wave or stand to help get this school to where it is today. I know some of you were Montessori parents. I know some of you were activists in the community. So wave. I see a few of you. All right. And lastly, I want to ask you to join me in this little bit of audience participation. You need your hands free for this. Okay. Show me the back of your hands. Okay, now cross them over. Join your thumbs together. And then I want you to launch your butterfly as we're launching the new Montessori Public School of Arlington. Thank you, guys. Now, we really know this is all about the students, right? Really. So let's hear from some of our Montessori students. I'd like to welcome to the podium Gabriel Haynes, Wesley Thomas, and Samar Osman, who will now give us their thoughts about the new Montessori school here. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gabriel Haynes and I'm a 5th grader here at MPSA. Something that I like about Montessori is that we're able to do our crafting and cooking projects along with some of our lessons. I love how we now have our own school because we can have new experiences here and have the Montessori community all throughout the building. I'm glad I got the chance to be a part of this new school before I finish my elementary Montessori years. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Wesley Thomas. In 5th grade, I like Montessori because it is unique and we can walk around our classrooms instead of sitting at a desk. And also, anybody can teach anybody. It's nice to have a couple grades in one classroom. In the new school, it will be less cramped inside. I like the school because I can call it my own school, and I can tell my friends. It's so confusing because it's like so hard to tell them. And we also have a koi pond, so it's nice for the time.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Samar Osman.
It's all right, you're good. There we go.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Samar Osman, and I love this school because it's our school. That hurt. My teacher and Montessori are really great. In my class, we garden every morning, and we have inspirational quotes, and we talk about them, and we talk about what they mean. In Montessori, I made so many new friends this year, and I'm happy to make more friends this year because we're one big family here.
Thank you. Thank you, Gabriel, Wesley, and Samar. I appreciate that. And now I want to introduce you to Wesley's dad. I'd love to welcome to the podium Evan Thomas, who is the PTA first vice president here, and also the chair of communication and outreach for Arlington Montessori Action Committee. Evan.
Thanks, Monique. So it really is a privilege and an honor to be here today, see all these faces, and think about 8 years ago when I applied for Wesley and my daughter Veronica to be part of this program. I thought it was a long shot because anyone who's applied for this program can tell you everyone wants to be in it. So when I had the honor of being accepted, after a year at the school, when I was asked to serve, it was easy. It was my chance to give back and an appreciation for both the amazing education that I saw my children were given the opportunity to get, and also the chance to hopefully grow and expand. And thanks to the leadership of Monique and Carla, Kathleen, and I need to thank Liam Adderall, who brought me out to the first AMAC event where they asked me to talk about the registration process, which I'm glad to say is now much better. You don't have to go to 8 schools to apply. You can actually just apply in one place, which is an amazing accomplishment. But AMAC had a list of goals. And the goal that seemed the longest shot, the thing that seemed it wasn't going to happen, was having a school solely dedicated to Montessori. And the fact that we're here today, the fact that I had a small role in helping get this program across the finish line into its own building where we're all Montessori. Everything we do is so amazing. And the fact to see all the teachers here, the family that is Montessori, the leadership of Miss Genove, and the willingness of our leadership within APS to take meetings from me and listen to all of our advocates, to sit in classrooms and understand Montessori, because that's really the thing. And it's very hard because, traditional school, everyone understands traditional school. Montessori, people think they understand it. They kind of know what it is. But when you sit in a classroom and you see the environment and you watch students all doing their own thing, it is a little village. And the teachers and the assistants who lead that are amazing. And they deserve to have their own school. They deserve to be recognized for what they do and what they bring to our children every day, every year. I know that my kids have a fantastic foundation for the rest of their lives because of the education that they've received here in Arlington. And I am so excited that we have a program that now has these deeper roots and the platform to grow to be even greater than it has been over the past 50 years. So thank you to everyone who has met with a school board member, spoken at a school board meeting, taken the time to meet with leadership within APS and help us get here today. This is not something that could have happened if we all just stood by. This took work, and I want to make sure that everyone understands that that work matters and the results are right behind me. Thank you. And now I'd like to welcome Pete Durgan, President of the Penrose Neighborhood Association, who has graciously welcomed us into their community.
Hi, all. As president of the Penrose Neighborhood Association, I'm really happy to be here to welcome the Montessori Public School of Arlington to the former Patrick Henry Elementary School site. So many children have passed through these doors, including my nieces in the 1990s, and my father attended the little brick building that was here in the 1930s. So there's a history of great education on this little parcel of land, and I'm so pleased that it's going to continue with the Montessori School. So welcome to the new school year. Welcome to this beautiful school fitted for you, and welcome to the neighborhood.
Well, I'm very excited to have everybody come in and see our new building, and I know our teachers and everybody is really excited to have everybody come in and see their classrooms. So we are going to end with our ribbon cutting, so I'm going to ask our speakers today, our school board members, our APS leadership, and Madison McBeth to come up, and we're going to grab some scissors and we're going to go inside and really enjoy our new space.
Go ahead and count us in.